spiritual significance of flowers by our Divine Mother, along with the messages and spiritual significance both by our Lord Sri Aurobindo and our Divine Mother.
Donne-nous une foi ardente, active, absolue, inébranlable.
Page 243, topic Aspiration for Silence in the Mind. Our Divine Mother says the only way to establish a constant silence in one's mind is to open oneself to the higher regions and let this higher consciousness, force and light descend constantly into the lower mind and take possession of it. And then, when this happens, the lower mind can remain constantly quiet and silent because it is this that acts and fills the whole being. One can act, write and speak without the mind being active, with this force coming down from above, penetrating the mind and using it, and the mind itself becomes just a passive instrument, says our Divine Mother. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says there is nothing mind can do that cannot be better done in the mind's immobility and thought-free stillness. When the mind is still, then truth gets her chance to be heard in the purity of the silence, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Awakening in the mind, let it turn to the light and to the light alone. Botanical name Ternaria almifatlia, color yellow. Awakening of the physical mind. It wants to know and opens itself wide in order to understand. Botanical name Ternaria almifatlia, color cream white. Aspiration for silence in the mind, too noisy to be effective. Botanical name Eranthemum pulchellum, color sky blue. Aspiration for silence in the physical mind does what it can but cannot do much. Botanical name Eranthemum pulchellum, color blue violet. Next topic, the physical mind. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says the physical mind is that part of the mind which is concerned with the physical things only. It depends on the sense mind, sees only objects, external actions, draws its ideas from the data given by external things, infers from them only, and knows no other truth until it is enlightened from above, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, the physical mind is the instrument of understanding and ordered action on physical things. Only instead of being obscure and ignorant and fumbling as now, or else guided by an external knowledge, it has to become conscious of the divine and to act in accordance with the inner light, will and knowledge putting itself into contact and an understanding unity with the physical world, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Physical mind becomes a good instrument of action when it is content to be that alone. Botanical name Tecoma ex Smithy, color yellow. Next topic, higher mind. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, higher mind is one of the planes of the spiritual mind, the first and the lowest of them. It is above the normal mental level. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, I mean by the higher mind, a first plane of spiritual consciousness where one becomes constantly and closely aware of the self, the one everywhere, and knows and sees things habitually with that awareness. But it is still very much on the mind level, although highly spiritual in its essential substance, and its instrument is through an elevated thought power and comprehensive mental sight, not illumined by any of the intenser upper lights, but as if in a large, strong, and clear daylight. It acts as an intermediate state between the truth light above and the human mind, communicating the higher knowledge in a form that the mind intensified, broadened, made spirituality supple, can receive without being blinded or dazzled by a truth beyond it, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo.
Elle est mon bonheur et ma loi.
Voice of the higher mind, in quest of truth. Botanical name Anemopegma carenrensa, color yellow and cream white.
May thy will be integrally done, O Lord. It is my happiness and my law.
Conversion of the higher mind receives its inspiration from the divine consciousness. Botanical name Lycoris aurea, color bright golden yellow. Work of the enlightened mind. It is very powerful in leading the being to the divine, can be very useful for progress. Botanical name Cretiva adansonii, color white turning cream. Perfect working of the mind can take place when the mind is determined exclusively to fulfill its role. Botanical name Trachymene coerulea, color blue or white lavender blue.
शिवम केवलं भासकम भासकाना तूरीयमतमः पारमाद्यन्तहीनं प्रपद्ये परम पावनमद्वैतहीनम् नमस्ते नमस्ते विभो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते चिदानन्दमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते तपोयोगगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते श्रुतिज्ञानगम्य
Namo Nirishthaya Priyadavadavishthaya
समये तदितमति शर्वाय च नमः